everyone, we're still in Yuma, and you would think we're going to a sports event, but in reality this is going to be a giant yard sale that we're attending. It's pretty cool how they have this all set up. They've got a special area just for the guys, so it's all the guy tools, and then they've got clothing, household areas, kids' toys, an area for games. So, of course, we headed right to the games, and Anna found a couple of Scrabble games and a Monopoly game, and then we found a Rummy Cube for $1. So we've been playing a lot of Rummy Cube at night here. It's been quite fun. It was hard to leave Fran and Dennis's property there where we had been camping for 2 weeks, but it was time to move on. So now we're in Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument.
Good afternoon, Hiker Nation. This is Tom and Anna, and we are in Oregon Pipe, enjoying this beautiful Sonoran Desert. It's gorgeous. We're a little early for the wildflowers, but that's okay. It's still very green, and it's just a really pretty desert. The weather was really nice this afternoon. There was a nice cool breeze. It's definitely cooled down now, but that's okay. So we took this short little hike to the visitor center, which is right over there, and we listened to a ranger talk about beans and mesquite. We tried some mesquite flour. It was very interesting, very kind of had a chocolate flavor. And then we watched a movie, and now we're headed back to have ribs, and tomorrow it's a new adventure. All right, have a good night. Bye.
So Anna, how do you think crossing the border into Mexico went?
Interesting.
What do you mean, interesting?
Well, as soon as we crossed over into Mexico, we got the shakedown. One of the border patrols took Tom in the trailer and I guess checked things out, while one had me outside going through the inside of the truck. And of course they didn't speak English, so there was a communication problem.
A lot of hand gestures to say.
Okay, do you want me to get out? Do you want me to open the glove box? With their big, huge guns. Needless to say, I was shaking like a leaf by the time I got back in the truck.
Hey everybody, we're in Porta Penasco. This isn't necessarily the most private of locations. Here's our trailer here, of course. There was Anna. But guess what is right at the end of our driveway? Oh, where's my finger? Right about there is the ocean. So we're going to go for an ocean walk here and see what we can find. This is definitely the hard life for us. There's looking down one side of the coastline. That's actually the port over here. And beautiful ocean views. And up the other side is all of the five-star hotels. And we're right in the middle of them all. So why is it whenever you go for a walk on the beach, all of a sudden you have to pick up every shell that you see?
There's so many seashells on this beach. Look. And I left most of them out there. I have to come back with something to put them in.
This here is Cholla Bay, and like most areas, the main streets are all paved, but all the secondary roads where all the homes are and stuff like that are all dirt. So it's kind of interesting driving around. This nice group of buildings just right in front here, they had one of them as an open house, so of course we had to go into it. And surprisingly, the prices are at $230,000 for ocean views. We've gotten into quite the habit. At nighttime, we'll play Rummy Cube until we're too tired, and then we'll finally go to bed. Here's a couple of quick snapshots of Rodeo Drive. This is by far the best shopping we have found on our adventures in Mexico. It has the normal stuff that all the others do, but there's also a lot of local craft things which are really fun. Wow, take a look at these shrimp. There's two guys that come through the RV park and sell shrimp like out of the back of their car. $10 for 10 giant shrimp. While we're out walking, we came upon the sex shop or the thrifty ice cream. Which one shall we go into? This is the Porta Penasco area, where again there's a whole bunch of shops, but we didn't stop and do anything here. At the top of the hill there's a nice restaurant that we stopped and had shrimp cocktails, a couple beers. I found this area with the fishing boats so fascinating. They all look like they're about ready to sink. You know, I mean, they're just completely covered in rust. But boy, you could sure tell they're working boats. They've seen their share of hard labor. So while you watch these boats for a little while, I'll tell you about our journey back out of Porta Penasco. The city streets there have a speed limit of 30 kilometers, which is like 18 miles an hour. So you're going down these main boulevards at 18 miles an hour. And then the speed really jumps to lightning fast when you get onto the highway. It's all of like 37 miles an hour. And it's that way for like 5 miles, 10 miles, until finally they let you do 55. So I'll let you enjoy pictures of these boats while I tell you about our drive back out of town. You know, the locals, I guess, don't pay any attention to the speed limits and or the police don't bother them, but it's posted at 30 kilometers, which is about 18 miles an hour. So going through town, you're going like super slow. It just takes forever. And then, the speed limit jumps to, I think, 60 kilometers, which is like 37 miles an hour for the next 10 miles outside of town, until finally they bump it up to 90, which is 55 miles an hour. So it takes a while to get back to the U.S. border. So one thing we were really afraid of the whole time is not getting stopped by the police, of course. And as we're approaching the border in Sonoita, they had a truck and a trailer pulled over from Oregon, and they were writing him a ticket. And so we were always really careful about our speed and stuff. I don't know why they had pulled them over. So this pickup truck had passed us by earlier on the road, and right at the border, the Mexican police had him pulled over and was completely going through the guys' trucks. There was 3 guys in the truck. They had their arms in the air. They were going through glove boxes. They were doing a complete shakedown on us. So I pull in, and now because I'm pretty long, I completely block everything, right? So they did a cursory knock on the side of the trailer and this type of thing, and then pushed me on through, and we got through the U.S. Customs really easy. They just looked at our passports. So we made it back into the U.S., and we're going to spend a couple of days in Oregon Pipe here, and we'll see where our adventure takes us after this. That's all for this week.